Sex demons. Do they exist? Plenty has been written about them throughout the ages, including movies and TV shows. But are they real? Are they really demonic beings that feed off sexual energies? In my experience, absolutely. Now, there was a time when I did not believe that such beings could exist. I put them down to the realm of mythical creatures and imagination. Of course, there was a time when I put everything down to such things, though I've come 180 degrees on that line of thought. But I did have an actual experience with a succubus once. Now, I'm not going to go into the where, the when, and the how of it all. That's way too convoluted a tale to get into with this type of video. But I will talk about what I experienced at the time. I have been curious about what it would be like to experience such a thing. Partly to find out if it was real, and partly because I'm a curious being who wants to experience everything he can. The expression "fools rush in" certainly applies to me at times. Plus, I have no sense of danger, which means I have no fear when it comes to these sort of things. So, one night, I woke up around 1 AM and felt this tingling on the back of my neck. Suddenly, I felt my body give a jolt, and I felt my life force literally being sucked out of me for around 10 seconds. As a side note, I've been since told that I have an absurd amount of life force, and it did no lasting harm to me. The experience itself was amazing, in spite of what I was feeling. It certainly wasn't something the mind could conjure up. Then, I felt a tingling all over my body that was like electricity. I can't say it was pleasurable, though my body did react to it. It felt like someone was running a low energy current through my body. It lasted for around 20 minutes, but there was no climax, and it ended abruptly. The next night, the same thing happened, except there was no draining of my life force. However, this time, it was weaker and shorter, and once again, no climax. And that was the last time I experienced such an event. Apparently, my protection kicked in and nothing else was able to get through. For me, it was the fact that I got to experience that it was not only real, but such things actually do exist, and they are not the stories of attention seekers or people who are deluded. I wasn't ever interested in trying again. There didn't seem to be any point, especially as I found out later that such energies can corrupt your own. Now, the reason I bring this up is because psychic attacks do happen from Succubi and Incubi, and I plan to discuss this in a future video and what people need to be aware of. In a nutshell though, our sexual energy is their food, and an incubus once said to me, "A girl's gotta eat." And that's it for this episode, and remember, everything exists on some level. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, here are some others you might find interesting. If you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear about them. Leave a comment, and maybe even a like.
I rise like a phoenix, born from the